this is Rituparna and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In the previous video, I have shown you how you can store data from a registration table into a database. In case you haven't watched that video, don't worry, you will find that link in the description. In this video, I am gonna show you how you can validate a user using a login form based on the data you have stored in the database. Before moving ahead, I want to remind you that kindly subscribe to my channel so that I get motivation to bring more videos like this. So turn on your PC and let's get started with me in the journey of becoming a web developer. A lot of people have asked me why PHP, because it's beginner friendly and it's good to start your web developer journey in PHP. As I mentioned earlier, you need to have WAMP or XAMPP installed on your PC. Open your WAMP server. Once it's started, it shows in green. Now open your browser and type localhost. Now you will see this window here. Now open the phpMyAdmin. It will take you to the login window where you can see my username is root and password is blank. Now after login, it will take you to the dashboard where all the databases are stored, where we will go to the student database. Here you can see the registration table is created. These are the two records I have stored previously. Let me show you the registration form which I have created in my previous video. Now I will open my code editor, that is VS Code. You can choose any code editor of your choice. In case you wanna download, I will provide the link in my description. Now I will create a new file, that is login.php, inside the PHP tutorial 1 folder. Here I will write the HTML code for my login form. I am not going deep into the HTML tags and all. If you want me to make video on HTML, then comment below. Here I am creating a simple HTML form without using any styles, because this video is more focused on showing you how PHP works and its uses in a static HTML page. Now we will save this file and open our browser to check how it's made. In the browser, we will type localhost/folder name/file name and enter. Here you can see the login form which we have created. Now we will include PHP code to connect our database into this file. We will take a variable named con to understand properly that this variable is used to connect the database. Now we will use a function named MySQLiConnect, which is used to connect the database with the file in which it's present. And it takes 4 parameters, that is URL of your server, username, password and database name. Here our database name was student database. Now we will give a condition that if the data stored in con variable are correct, then it will print database has successfully connected. Now we will give form method, that is post, inside the form tag, and we will give names inside each input tags. These names are used in fetching data from text box. After that, we can store these data using post method inside a variable. Here we will give a condition. Before that, let me give the name for the submit button. Here we will give a condition, that is if the value of the submit button is set, then the block inside the if will be executed. Now we will store user inputs using post method inside variables. If we use post, users' data do not appear in the URL at the time of submission, so it's more secure. Now we will take a variable named query that stores a MySQL query which checks if the inputted email name and password is matched with the stored email name and password inside the registration table. Here the table name and the field's name should be written inside the back quote. Here the field's name spelling, that is email and password, should be matched with the spelling of the fields of the table in the phpMyAdmin. Now we will take a variable which is used to connect the query with the database, and the function's name is MySQLi query. And it takes the two parameters, that is connection variable and the variable in which the query is stored. Now we will take a variable named rows, in which we will take a function named MySQLi numRows, and it will return the number of rows resulted by the select query, inside which we will give a parameter in which we have stored the database connection with the first query. Now we will give a condition that if the number of rows is 1, user is successfully logged in and will go to the next page. For that, we will write a JavaScript code inside echo function. We need to write HTML, CSS and JavaScript code inside echo function. Inside the script tag, we will take a function, that is location.replace function, in which we will give the location name. And in the else block, we will give the condition, that is if no rows are selected, it will display an alert box in which it's written invalid username or password. Here the quote matters a lot. If you have given the double quote before the script tag, you need to give single quote inside the script tag, and vice versa. Now we will create a new file, that is home.php, because we want to go into the home.php page after login. Now we will save the home.php page. Now in the login.php file, inside the location.replace function, we will give the name of the home page. Let me give the heading for my login form. And I forgot to change the title of the home page. After saving those files, I will open login.php page in my browser, where we can see the database has successfully connected. Now I will check the correct email name and password from the registration table. After giving the correct email and password, it will redirect me to the home.php page. Now let me go back and try with the incorrect data. Now if I give the invalid data and submit it, it will show me invalid username or password, and it lets the users to stay login page only. So that's all for today's video. I will give the entire folder's link in my description below. I hope you enjoyed this video. See you soon in my next video. Stay tuned.